play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Tastingo gonna find Rainer.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming series. Tonight, on Boxing Day, we bring you a Division D West matchup, one of the only games being played this week, and it is a flex match. And tonight, I am joined by none other than Recyclic and his blanket. Welcome, sir. How are you? How was your Christmas?
I'm very good, Aero. My Christmas was also very good. How was yours?
It was great. You may have been able to see some of it as we were doing some casting yesterday. So I'm glad to hear that yours was great. And so we're gonna see here Randy Newman and BloodFin Mrgles. Well, you know what? Let me actually show you. I don't want to tell you guys. Let me show you. We've got the number 1 and number 2 seeds here currently from Division D West. Now, to be fair, 2 teams did drop out, so
Well,
we have it's basically the same as 6 points to 5 points right now. But these teams have both played 2 matches, and they're at the top. So 12-11, and then you see 10-10-10, 9-8, 9-9-7. So overall, this is a relatively close division of teams, and tonight's game is really gonna set the stage for who's gonna be at the top.
for sure. I'm excited to know.
Yeah.
How about you? How about you at home? Are you excited?
Well, let's take a look at our map ban, shall we? Here.
Yeah, let's see that.
It looks like our teams are ready to go. So we started off from Randy Newman banning out the Battlefield of Eternity, RIP, and Dragonshire. Over here for the BloodFin Mrgles, the bans were on Sky Temple and Volskaya Foundry. So ultimately, one of the top 2 maps getting banned out. That's the Battlefield of Eternity, making its way to number 2 in NGS this season. Our first game is going to be on Towers of Doom.
Oh boy. Everybody loves Towers of Doom, Aero. That's what I feel like. At least. That's just how it seems to me.
Well, it's not one of the more commonly picked maps. In fact, I think it's actually one of the least commonly picked maps in NGS.
That first ban is hurtful. So, there's that.
Isn't it though? Like, how do you feel about such a thing, Rex? Like, I mean, you don't have a particular affinity for a character like that, right?
No, not really. I don't really care
so.
about any characters like that.
Yeah.
But alright, second band's gonna be Johanna. That's I like that. That's gonna be, she's one of the better tanks in the game, especially with the experience changes that came along. But yeah, Johanna's so utility purpose, all-purpose tank, so might as well get rid of her.
And the ban onto the Alarak, Alarak is one of those heroes that you never really want to see. As a player, having to go against it, those silences, the telekinesis, really just puts you in a bad spot.
Yeah. You know, Aero, I gotta say, my Christmas was great, but my Puel was even better. Do you know about Puel, Aero? You leave your window open, and Hugh Neutron comes by, and he puts a pie in your window.
Nope.
Okay. I tried.
Yep.
I had a great Puel.
Well, I'm glad that you had a great Puel. It sounds very much like you had a pie, but then you vomited up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Puel.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway. Anduin.
Anduin's the first selection here, coming out from Butte Holiday. Randy Newman. Wow, they made some changes to their names over here.
I suppose they did.
I don't think they did. Actually, they had one player for a long time that had a name that was not a Randy Newman or some kind of adjustment. So that might actually be that player.
Oh, okay. Well then.
There
I
you go.
will say, Oriel, she's feeling really good these days, Aero. I think she is, at least.
She's like super strong.
She's really good. She can be very oppressive. She can even deal damage if she so chooses. She really feels like it. She can opt for that level 1 talent, Searing Light, which can dole out some serious damage. Late game, not early. Early it doesn't really do that much. But it could certainly hurt.
Yeah, you get that Searing Light and Reservoir of Hope and good night. Like,
I've always liked Reservoir. I'm gonna be honest. Like I know
too.
my teammate. No, I've always liked it, and everyone's like, "Oh, take the auto attack." No, take the attack speed or whatever. No, I'm gonna heal a lot.
I mean, it probably depends on the team, right? I mean, there's certainly circumstances where you might, but yeah, I mean, Reservoir is just so good, and especially nowadays too. We're gonna see the Kael'thas and Malthael gonna be the bans, so not gonna have that fast-moving rotation to deal with Leoric, but you know who could still provide some pretty significant speed on those rotations that got a little bit of buff love recently? Yrel.
I know, dude. I love Yrel. You know who's really good in this game? Yrel. You know, I was okay. Abathur. You know how I was talking with someone. I kind of realized like a good chunk of these characters in this game are viable. Like a large portion of them right now. Like this is the most balanced it's been in a while, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, that probably comes. I feel like a lot of the heroes have maybe always been viable, but with having like a pro scene, it really made it feel like only 20% of them were viable. But once that kind of dissolved and people actually had to start, in a way, creating their own meta, it opened up the opportunity for some of those lesser picked heroes to start showcasing. You know what I mean?
Yes, and actually, if we're discussing meta, I'm telling you guys, Li Ming is the hotness right now. I think she's like top tier right now. I'm not even kidding. I think she's insane. She does ridiculous amounts of damage with the Orb build.
And she actually does have the capability to flex into a couple of things too.
Yeah, that too. So like, she's all-purpose mage, man. Like I think Li Ming's back. She's back.
All right, did I get all of these? I think I did. You see Abathur, Oriel, Zul'jin, and Paris. I did. Cool. All right. Well, there are our drafts. And we're going to have an Abathur on Zul'jin. We're going to have Imperius. Imperius is not going to be able to rotate as quickly as Leoric, especially at level 4. So the XP side of things may go over a little bit on the side of BloodFin Mrgles here.
Yeah, so this is more or less a hyper carry Zul'jin light. I wouldn't really call it like super duper hyper carry, but that's where most of their damage is coming from, or most of Randy Newman's damage is coming from. So, should he stay alive most of the game, which he very well may, they're gonna have a splendid time. But and you know he's gonna try and stack real quick against that Anubarak and any other front line, because only really like Anub he can really target, at least at first. I mean, Leoric too, but like he shouldn't theoretically be able to approach Raynor or Li Ming. So I don't know, unless he's really, really ballsy, which he could be, you know.
This is going to be interesting because, I mean, Leoric's not going to be able to really effectively double soak at level 1. So they've got a little bit of time to kind of catch up. But really, Randy Newman has a pretty significantly late game comp. If they go damage with Oriel, then they're not really seeing that value until, 16 plus. Zul'jin, until he's stacked. Imperius can certainly get some pretty decent damage out there as well. Abathur clone, like there's a lot of things they're not going to even see come online until 10, and until then they basically just have a 3.5 versus 4, and I don't know, that's going to be a tough fight for them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's fun. This should be a fun one. I don't know. I don't really have a favored team right now. I kind of like both these drafts. But anyway, Aero.
All right, well, let's get started on the left with Randy Newman. Take it away, Psychic.
Sure, it's gonna be Randy Newman, guys. They're playing, and Randy Newman will be playing ETC. Randy Newman will be playing Abathur. Nandy Ruman playing Zul'jin. Randall Newman, or is that Randall? No, Randall. Randall Newman on Imperius, and Randy Newman on Ariel.
Alrighty, and over here for the BloodFin Mrgles, we've got Goodyear Pimp playing Raynor. Butte Holiday gonna be playing that Anduin. Berserk on a Nubrak. Sonic's Bro gonna be playing that Li Ming, and up here in the top lane we've got Saint Terminator playing the Leoric.
Alright, so well, let's let this fight happen first, and then I want to say something. But
yeah, that opening fight, got to get those stacks for
let's see.
Zul'jin
Let's see
here.
if there's any stackerinos going on here.
Yeah, so Ektar bringing up, really it's up to Abathur to help gather that soak in the lanes while Imperius isn't able to, but also, provide mine value, both for vision, for damage on the way, to help the Zul'jin to get his stacks, to keep him healthy. A lot of this is on the Abathur.
Yeah. I would like to counterpoint one thing on the Li Ming wave clear point. On this map in particular, she wave clears. Like, if you position properly, like, say, on this bottom lane, down here where the altar is, if you position down there, you can get that wave super easily with an orb. Like, it's not difficult at all to do. Same thing with the mid lane, honestly. Like, you do this exact same thing, either position in the bush side or above it, and just lob those orbs from the side. You can clear that wave pretty quick. Not as quick, granted, as, say, Jaina or Nazeebo or whatever, but it's not. I wouldn't say that her wave clear is super lacking.
Yeah, it's it requires timing to get really good.
Timing.
Yeah, it requires timing and then positioning. So whereas other mages are just show up and do
They're
it.
just kind of exactly. So
we're gonna see. We're gonna see the rotation in here coming from BloodFin. The Leap of Faith pulling Raynor out there. And they don't have Zul'jin. This is actually, I was wondering if they might do this. If they might send Zul'jin against Leoric, it might be a little bit easier for him to stack.
Yeah, I think so.
And
that makes sense.
I'll be interested to see, like, once Leoric hits 4, then personally, I think that BloodFin just stays in the bot lane and shoves it. Just, like, shove it down their throat. If they're going to have Zul'jin up top, there's nothing that this team can do to stop them against a Raynor Li Ming, with the stuns out from Newman.
Yeah, for sure. They want to get an early lead. And, I kind of don't hate the fact that they're doing this. Big Sun coming out on top of 2 members of BloodFin Mrgles, but not a whole lot doing there. Not a lot of damage. But, anyway, like I was saying, I'm kind of glad that they're pulling out this Zul'jin hyper carry on Towers of Doom, because they're like allowed to lose early game now. They're kind of, actually, they completely concede early game. They should not overcommit to anything. Honestly, I would settle with just 1 tower right now.
Yep, and we'll see how this is going to turn out. So Leoric's going for his. Zul'jin is heading up for his as well. So the fight is over this bottom. As Anubrak's coming back in here, recognizing that Zul'jin's up top. ETC taking a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, he's been poked down by Li Ming. This is another reason that I like her so much. She pokes so well.
Ektar, beautiful chastises, pun intended. Good one there, Ektar. Are you a dad? Because, clearly you've got the dad jokes going.
Ooh,
ETC going in.
That's that from Nandy Ruman from dying, but there comes the beautiful chastise. There it goes. Bye-bye, Ariel and Randy Newman.
Yep, and again, level 4 available for Leoric, so he has started to do that double soak. The Abathur is going to help there in the middle to push that up. So, Leoric may lose a little bit of that, but ultimately, even if they do, it's not that big of a deal. We're actually going to see Sonic's Bro head up here with Li Ming as the camp picked up in the bot lane here, the aggressive camp. Raynor going back and getting their camp as well. And that'll give time for Randy Newman to respawn. So let's take a look at towns here. So we did see that Neil Peasants there for Leoric to help him with his wave clear. Now Imperious going into the Valorous Brand, also taking the Solarian's Fire there at 7, giving that extra burst of explosion there.
Always a fun talent.
Goodyear Pimp gonna head back to base now. Currently XP just about even though 2 kills in favor of BloodFin Mrgles. Right now they're just pulling ahead slightly here as the boss making its way onto the map with our second altar phase coming up here in the bot lane.
Okay. I'm excited to see how this one goes.
So Leoric's coming down, is a little bit behind, so it's 4v4 essentially plus Abathur, but Abathur's not got a hat out there. ETC's going to get the slide onto Newbrack, but the Leap of Faith pulling him out as Anduin begins the channel. I think they can get this. I don't think there's any stall. Yeah,
absolutely.
And they're low enough. I think that right now BloodFin can just back away. Like,
yeah, definitely
focus. They got the points. Move on. Let's go.
Yeah, we got what we wanted, but I think in exchange, you know, Randy Newman got a bit of what they wanted too. You know, the Azuljan stacks are coming out. He's halfway done.
Not only that, but they retook the XP advantage there too. They're just slightly ahead, thanks to that Abathur.
That's the Abathur difference, baby.
But checking back in the bot lane here, it's just the Rainer for damage down here. Although Leeming is coming from above, so we might expect to see some bombs here. Not quite as long range as I think she was hoping for, but level 10s hit first for Randy Newman, but it's going to be another moment here before BloodFin Mrgles get theirs as well. The only one that's selected is Clone.
No, there goes Tazdingo. Resurrect. Oh yeah. This is gonna.
The Resurrect makes 100% of sense, right? I mean,
for sure.
You need to have that Zul'jin alive, so it's better to be able to resurrect him than to, you know, have that Aegis to hopefully keep him alive.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to 20 and then you're just like, hey, here's Zul'jin back every 40 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding.
Double altar phase coming up mid bot here as the siege camp picked up here in the bot. Leoric and Imperious still hanging out up top, so they are just now making their way. Man, those trains too, like, you can hear those constantly.
I know.
Both of them are being channeled by Randy Newman. We do get the stall though on both.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow, this is very split right now. I actually like this fight for BloodFin going out on top of Doom on top of Oriel, as well as Light Bomb coming out, but Imperious sends someone to the heavens, and now Oriel's gonna be the next target. Oh, but she makes it out. It changes to ETC, and Randy Newman
is a clone.
Oh, it lives. I'm sorry.
So it looks like BloodFin gets the top of the 2 altars as Imperious had to pull back. Mm-hmm. And now Newbrack's the one that has to pull back, but there goes Zul'jin. There's no resurrection available at this point, and Oriel could be the one to fall next for the second time in this fight. Imperious coming soon as well, potentially? Never mind. We're going to see BloodFin pick up the altar. Go ahead.
That's really fun to say. Oriel died twice this fight. That's fun. That's going to be a lot of fun to say from now on.
Yep. Just wait, because there'll be level 20s. If we get there. I mean, we are at level 12 now, so both teams pretty close in XP, although BloodFin is about a half a level ahead now. And this is where we're going to start seeing more value out of Randy Newman's comp. They've had a difficult time of it so far, but Zul'jin sitting at 23 stacks, he's going to be stacked here pretty soon, probably in the next actual team fight. And he didn't take Headhunter, he took Recklessness, so he's getting additional spell power as well as additional auto attack damage as well. So when he's at lower health,
I like that talent, to be completely honest with you. Oh, that was a good read from Imperious there. They might find themselves ST Terminator, but they don't.
Very close though, under 200 is the rest of the Mrgles here pushing in the bot lane, doing what I said they should have done about 10 levels ago almost. But close.
That's all right though. They got Hyperion going out. This is more than likely a keep. Or is it a fort right now? I think it's still a fort.
Yeah.
It's a fort.
So the clone is trying to get some work here in the back, but again, this is a double ETC versus Ariel. It just doesn't have any damage, as Zul'jin was up there in the top with Imperius trying to get the damage onto the Leoric. But good Celestial Charge there. Goodyear Pimp's going to get the Light Bomb, but
I don't know
not
if
able to be able
they
to
should have taken that fight to begin with, to be honest with you. That altar was, or that fort was changing fast.
You're saying that Randy Newman shouldn't have taken that
Yeah,
fight?
Randy Newman. I'm sorry. Should not have taken that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of an awkward place, but ultimately, you know, they were trying to defend the tower and use the clone and all that stuff. But Imperius here getting the getting the Entomb. Now he's coming right back.
Yeah, but that would have been so cheeky if he landed the...
Yeah, if that Wrath of Injurious had come out just a split second sooner, that would have been pretty awesome for him.
Actually, though, yeah. Oh, that's all right. He's back.
Exactly. It's like nothing ever happened.
It's like nothing ever had. It's like, you know, not like the enemy team got XP or anything, but...
Don't know what you're talking about, Rick.
I don't know again.
So Sonic's bro coming in with the big Li Ming orb, looking at the Zul'jin, not quite able to finish, but very close. As Zul'jin now getting that Abathur healing a little bit from Oriel. Sonic's bro going in deep looking for that ETC too. Went into the death zone for a few moments there, not quite able to get that one either. So a lot of very close calls here. And Randy Newman's got a tall order ahead of them. They're down 10 to 36. They can do it. This is the map to do it. But they're going to have to start that comeback real soon here.
Mm-hmm. Options, options, options. There's tons of things to do on the map right now. And by tons, I mean 2. But looks like a fort is going to be taken back for Randy Newman. That's always nice.
So taking the fort back, which is now a keep, which is good. That means it doesn't have that extra health bonus. Means that this is no longer a 2-altar game.
Yeah.
But they still need to, you know, they need to get at least one, and they need to try to stall out the second one. It looks like ETC is going to get that bottom one.
He's got bottom, and he's going to stage dive in? Question mark?
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, Imperius is really far, though.
Zul'jin's in a cocoon. He can't be doing too much here. Big stun coming on top of this Terminator. Huh. He gets Wrath of Injurious, but the Light Bomb still goes out. And it's actually Ariel who's going to be falling real low. Standing in that Hyperion is not doing well for her, but Imperius just getting so many stuns and lots of damage out as well. ETC going in. Pulled out is Leoric, but not before Anubarak dies.
So that was a fantastic fight. I was a little bit concerned there about Imperius, as he was, you know, around the outside there, coming in a little bit late, but ultimately that timing really worked out well for them. They did lose the 1 altar, but you know what? Added 3 altars. That's not a bad gig at all.
No. So they're gonna go ahead and opt for boss.
I think that's a really good play for them. I mean, they did get significant kill value, and taking that off the map is a little bit of a breath of fresh air for them, because even though that can't win them the game, it can certainly lose them the game if they lose some people and an altar comes up.
Plus, like, you know, getting that, they didn't really give up much bottom. There was only Anduin and Raynor really reacting.
Zul'jin.
Oh, yeah. Entomb is a good talent.
Well, there you go. Damage stats? Sure. There you go.
Oh, here comes Wrath of Injurious. Show me! No. Okay. I was ready for it, dude. I was so ready.
Yes, go into the Arcane Orb.
Nah, bro. It would have been sick. You know it.
I stopped a Wrath of Injurious the other day with a Lucio Boop or a Chastise or something, and you know, those moments.
Is he unstoppable? I thought he is.
I don't think so. In fact, I'm positive that he's not. And let me tell you, like, and you know this, you get those moments and you're like, I am a god.
Yeah, I know. Especially like Lucio bopping the Leoric, excuse me, Diablo charge. That's always a
right. Like,
That's
oh
always a
yeah,
really good
you
one.
wanted to come in and, you know, slam me against this wall that I'm riding on? Not today.
No, brah.
All right, so clone is available. It's 5v5 here. The altar is available. Siege camp's gonna get picked up. Let's put these stats away. Actually, I pull those up for 16s. So here comes clone. I heard it once again onto the ETC, looking for those additional stuns and knockbacks. Cocoon onto Oriole this time, but it's Randy Newman on the clone that's falling low first here, and Zul'jin entirely by himself here pops the Tazdingo. Li Ming gets the Wrath of Angiris here. Clone is down now, so looking for that hat soon as but it's Li Ming that goes down first. Imperius coming in, gets the charge onto Leoric, and ETC able to get that kill there. And that's going to give him this next altar.
This is the Towers of Doom that I remember.
So that gets him 3 points. The siege camp getting damage there onto the tower. So it's sitting at about a third or so. And now, you know, at this point, like, Zul'jin just has to be with the team 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And has to really be careful about his positioning. Like, their team doesn't have a lot of ways to get you out of a cocoon. So cocoon is basically just a 5 or so second stun. This is super questionable though, and Zul'jin getting the stun inside of the entomb somehow is able to walk out of it. The cocoon going out onto Oriole here as Randy Newman diving in looking for that Rainer. But the disengage from both sides pulling up here as level 20 is coming up sooner for Randy Newman.
I don't know.
Well, Zul'jin is fully stacked now, has 40 on his base trait there. What is it? Give him, you want axe?
Yeah.
So, and there's the level 20s.
Okay. Now things get fun. Show me flight.
I had
I'm
a
not
flight game yesterday, dude. I'm not even joking.
So
It was
proud of you, dude. I am so proud of you.
it was I didn't play it. I was casting it. It was Durtan's couch.
Yes, dude, those guys are great. They know
Captain
how to have
Wedge
fun.
with the flight, buddy.
He took it.
He
My
did,
man.
and he got
My
a kill
man.
because of it. It was great.
My man. I wouldn't hate it here, but it's actually going to be the shields. That's fine too. I think that's
Yeah,
okay.
they need as many defensive tools to keep that Zul'jin alive as long as possible.
For sure.
So ETC's gonna get the bottom already here. Leoric pops that entomb, but ultimately drops it there as Wrath of Angiris going out onto Leoric. And here comes the Hyperion. Rek, take it away.
All right. Hyperion's coming out. It's actually going to be Berserk getting stunned on the Nubarak, and more stuns, managing to get themselves a Rainer on the left team. And Berserk is just taking all this damage from Zul'jin. He's going to go. Bye. This is the Zul'jin difference.
You know, and we said it was 10 to 36, and we said, hey, you know what? You can't start a comeback, or you can't win the game unless you start a comeback. And this game, they lost the one altar there out of that triple altar phase, and every single point since has gone over to Randy Newman. So, you know, their backs against the wall, and they're now looking at the boss for a second time.
Yeah. No, that's still a good play.
Wait, they didn't take the upgraded res.
I don't know, I don't know who really... I guess ETC could use it, but... If the
What do you
idea
mean?
is to...
It reduces the cooldown essentially by half.
Oh. I forgot about that part of it. I only think about the speed boost part. I'm not kidding. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
The speed
I don't
boost
know
is cool,
about...
too.
Whoa, I don't know about that clone.
Yeah, Zul'jin's not even here, so this is... I mean, they already
That
lost the
one's
tower,
questionable.
so that's a little early, but oh well. It is going to be the Hive Mind here, giving the double hat from Abathur. The upgraded Tazdingo, the death metal, so...
that one.
Yeah. And this is... I mean, this is a pretty good fight. There's no clone, they don't have Zul'jin. I don't know that they know that.
Fight.
Big silence. Go ahead, Rick.
Big silence going on top of that is going to be a light bomb. Goodbye, Imperius. Oh, but here he comes. He's coming back, baby. It's Resurrect. He grabs Anduin. He's throwing him back into the rest of the team, but ETC jumps forward, gets a nice stun. Gonna stage dive out. Actually, no, he's not. He's gonna stage dive a couple of feet. And he's getting real low, but it's actually, like, honestly, there's all these health bars are super low. It's going to be a Newman going down first, followed by Li Ming, then Rainer. Yikes. Oh, wait,
Ouch.
but look. One little pumpkin made his way through. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did, yes. 1 extra point, and as we're seeing right now, it's 5-3 on the towers. So this currently is a single altar game. However, of course, the bottom keep's going to go down. So this, you know, BloodFin still has the opportunity to make this a single altar once their team is back on the map.
Yes.
But it's gonna be here. Randy Newman coming in, and they're gonna get the bottom tower, and that's actually gonna give them a lot of control in this bot lane for this next altar coming up, but also the siege camp that's showing there, and that wins the game. As they have 5-3 now, 5 plus this camp. That altar could win the game if they are able to get this camp all the way through.
Yeah, all heroics are up for them too. Yeah. Ooh.
And they've already popped the clone.
Why? I guess they want.
I don't even know why, because they're not even supporting the sappers.
BM.
So
That's BM.
They're looking for the mid tower at this point.
Oh, I guess no. I don't hate it. I don't hate it because now you still maintain some control.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would have preferred holding on to this bottom fort, because
Would I
that
have
almost
preferred
guarantees them
holding
the
bottom
altar.
fort? Yes. Yeah, I would have preferred that. I think that was the thought process, though. Was, hey, let's keep it at 5. Meh. It's only one.
We'll
altar.
see. But either way, technically both teams can afford to lose this. But if they lose a big fight, that could turn into game. So ETC goes in, power slide over the Anubarak there, the Celestial Charge coming out. Wrath of Angiris misses, but Berserk is so very low. Zul'jin just getting so much value. Ariel getting just demolished in the back, is going to fall, does have a Resurrect coming in, but it's Li Ming going down next, and they needed that Li Ming to be able to get that Ariel down again here. So 1-for-1 trade, but Resurrect makes it even, or makes it uneven, 5-4 here. And BloodFin in full retreat, as now Rainer falling. And that might be it. Well, never mind. Leoric's gonna go back in here, just reducing the damage here of everybody. He doesn't have another Wraithwalk, so that's gonna be one more kill, and that's gonna be 5 points here for Randy Newman. 10-36 is now 5-3 Rec, and they have 5 of the bell towers. Soon to be, well, I guess they have 4 bell towers in a core, so soon to be 5. And there's still a long time before BloodFin Mrgles are up. Oh,
yeah.
Butte Holiday showing off her spray over here for us. But we're gonna get this Sapper camp, and they're not gonna have Rainer for a little while. I don't know if Rainer will be up in time to defend this. It looks like it may not matter. They're gonna rotate up into the top lane. However, check it out. They're setting up for boss, and this is a checkmate play right here.
Yeah. I don't even think BloodFin. Oh, I think
Leoric is like, one person has to stay and deal with the sappers, and it is going to be Leoric.
Yeah.
And here they come.
Aero.
They're taking too long. Anubarak's got to dive in. You got to go. There's the light bomb. Here comes the stage dive. They stole it.
It's stolen, baby, but it's not going to be before 3 deaths. Yeah.
But they're still in the game, and it's a double altar phase, although it's just Leo.
Yeah, no, that's GG. It was a valiant effort, though. I don't hate it.
I don't think there's any way that Leo can get this. Like, if he can sneak around, maybe he can, like, well, no, because they're both
all
altars.
set up. Yeah. It's 5v1. I don't think he gets it.
What a comeback. What a way to start this series, Rec.
Yeah, I know.
And here we go. ETC's gathering the final point. And there it is. GG's called. Randy Newman bringing home the W.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo.
What a game.
I know.
1 point left on the core. That does not happen often.
No, not very, especially after losing for 30 or by 20 for most of it.
Yeah. 26, I think, at the high point.
Yeah, at the highest point, yeah, around there.
So yeah, quite a matchup between these teams here, and once I mean we discussed it at the very beginning, like this was a very late game comp. If they could just survive, then Randy Newman had a really good chance to pull back, and they did in spectacular fashion.
Sorry, I'm just looking at talents right now. I kind of don't like the Li Ming build. I think he or they should have gone orb, to be honest. Way more poke that way against a beefy team like that. You want to poke them down as best as you can.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult for what you're going for, especially into the Zul'jin. Like, I wouldn't want to ever Calamity anywhere remotely close to a Zul'jin. No. Right? Yeah. But again, I mean, it depends. If that's what you're comfortable with and you're good with the timing, then you can certainly turn those into kills, especially with the Rainer doing that consistent damage for you. And it gives you that extra burst potential.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think the one thing that I saw that BloodFin could have done a little bit better perhaps was acknowledging, oops, we're not in single, we're in double. Acknowledging the resurrect.
Yeah.
Like there was one point they were at the bottom near the siege camp, and they get the Imperius kill like really fast, and the rest of the team like disengages, but Oriel reses Imperius. Well, the team followed, and so Imperius is just there by himself, whereas they literally were surrounding him. They could have, all five of them, just turned around and said, "Oh, you're just dead." And there were a variety of different times. The one time that we saw in the bot altar, Li Ming was there. Oriel died very quickly, but was able to resurrect. But then Li Ming was so far forward, and that comes from that Calamity build, that she was isolated. And Randy Newman did exactly what I just said that they should have done to the Imperius. What BloodFin should have done to Imperius was they said, "Oh, free Li Ming, boom, dead," and that set them up to win the game. Hey, Darkshear, thanks for the follow. Also, Goodyear Pimp, I noticed you're in the game, but of course, some point you'll come back and watch this replay. So thanks for the follows, guys. Also, I do want to shout out Rec. You're a subscriber, aren't you?
That's a great question.
At some point you were?
No, I was. Twice, but now I am not.
Okay, well, you know what? You are missing out, my good friend, because
I am missing out on some new emotes, am I
we
not?
just got a new one. Approved last night. You'll have to check it out in chat.
Okay. Oh, I know that team.
You may be familiar with
I may be
team.
familiar.
All right, so I was hoping that since BOE was banned out that we wouldn't see the other most popular map, but we're going to, and it's going to be Infernal Shrines for our next game.
All right. Okay. That's okay.
All right, Rec, you gotta stop eating on the stream.
Shaman, I'm sorry. We're done. It's been a really long day, Aero.
It's okay. I understand.
I need this. Ugh.
So we're just getting set up. I actually don't know which team picked this, but they'll let us know in a moment. Oh, you know what? I have Discord
no, it was
messages.
Randy Newman. They invited. Or, well, actually, no.
That
That's
doesn't
not
necessarily mean anything.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You're right.
Let's see. Make sure I've got a whole bunch of Discord messages, so they might have responded to me. Oh, nope, something else. So, Rec, I told you a little bit about last night about our D&D game.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad.
Yeah, what happened? What was the aftermath?
So did you ever watch Star Trek: The Next Generation?
No.
Okay, so in Star Trek: The Next Generation, there is a thing called Ormus, I think is what it's called was. And he was basically just this skin of evil. He was just this pool of black ooze, essentially, that looked just like tar. And Jonathan Frakes like had to get into this, and it was the guy, fantastic actor, making it through all that garbage. But it ends up, spoiler alert from 30 years ago, killing one of the party, right?
Okay.
And so this is essentially what happened last night. Is we had this, black puddle of ooze, that was, filmy, and it seems very tar-like, very cool. Thanks, Valera. Very tar-like, and it animates and it attacks the paladin because it gets close to them, and then the paladin tells the wizard to light it on fire.
That's the biggest teardrop. I was like thinking in my phone when you're telling me this, I'm just going, why don't they just freeze it?
Right? Which wouldn't have done anything specifically, but
no, but it's safe damage.
So they set it on fire, which of course it explodes, and everybody just gets blasted with fire. And so I mean, I felt so bad because then I just started critting, and my crits were enough to just one-shot the low health people. Like, even without being low health.
Right, yeah. Oh.
So 2 people died, one of them got resurrected, the other one's not going to res, and he's gonna make a new character. And I feel bad, because this is Christmas! I killed 2 people on Christmas! In an optional game, no less. Like, hey guys, you don't have to play this, but you know what, let's have some fun.
Oh god.
I felt
was it
so
a
bad.
one-shot, or was it just...
No, it was part of the campaign.
Oh, it's part of the campaign? Oh.
Yeah. So there you go, viewers at home. If you're ever coming up to a creature that seems like a pool of just tar or, some kind of oil or something like that, don't set it on fire.
Don't light it on fire. Please don't.
Yeah. It was a fun time, though. I felt so bad, but I was giggling like a schoolgirl at every single critical hit. Anyways, we got Johanna Lucio.
Hell yeah. That looks a little... Oh, Jaina, too.
It does seem familiar, Rek. Do you think we're going to see an Alarak ban?
Let's not be hasty.
Oh, by the way, let's see. So first pick is on the left. So this was a BloodFin Mrgles.
BloodFin, yeah. Choice. Okay.
Well, presumably. I guess they could have.
Yeah.
They could have just screwed up the whole thing, but don't light oil on fire seems legit. Exactly, right?
That too.
From Aero.
Rooney. Uh-oh.
Well, that's what they get for not banning out the Alarak and instead going for the Ariel, right?
Yeah, I guess, but I think I'm more afraid of Ariel personally. Alarak, you just wait for him to blow his cooldowns, and then he's kind of a sitting duck,
I actually agree with you. I think that the Ariel was the better ban there, although maybe not the Lucio.
Yeah, maybe not Lucio. Ooh, a good Sylvanas pickup. Unfortunately, you're showing all your damage first.
Nah, Rek, those are the solo laners.
Aero. Your words hurt my ears. Although, they could be, for all I know.
Let's see, that is Randall Newman. Okay.
Mal'Ganis coming out?
So, Malthael was banned in the last one, right? He was. So,
yes.
A couple of those heroes that were banned, they're saying, hey, we want to get these. Could see a Malthael double soak out of this.
Yes. Absolutely.
But if BloodFin Mrgles can win the objective, they're going to have a really strong push.
I don't know if they're going to go ETC.
They could, though. Like Anduin Light Bomb with ETC Power Slide, like telekinesis into mosh pits. I could see that working really well. Anna gonna be the pick. That's a really good one too, especially with that Malthael. Malthael wants to be able to heal himself, and if Anna is preventing that, then whoops.
Whoopsie.
They hurt the ears, but this is Div D, so really anything can happen, says Ginger. I think I'm assuming that Ginger is Gingy Boy. Confirm, deny?
I was about to say, this might be a Malfurion game. There's Mal'Ganis. Okay. I think that's a takeaway. I think that Randy Newman wanted Mal'Ganis.
They may very well have.
I think they might have.
We could still see like a Johanna.
Well, that would be very interesting if they could get Johanna here.
Johanna Light Bomb? Falling Sword Light Bomb?
Aero. Take a look at the bands. It's gonna be a Nubarak Light Bomb.
It could have been Johanna. Don't rain on my parade.
Aero, is it a long day for you too? Because it's a really long day for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Nubarak. All
December
right, fair
26th,
enough.
Boxing Day, Kwanzaa. Gets rowdy.
Garrosh versus Stitches, says Valira.
Garrosh versus Stitches? Oh, no, it's just Dehaka. What's he doing?
All right, well, there we go. So Mal'Ganis can set up roots, which means that Kael'thas and Sylvanas can just pour the damage into a single player pretty easily. The Anubarak doesn't really have the big threats that we saw out of Zul'jin from last game. The Cassie is a bit of an interesting pick. She can blind the Sylvanas to slow down her damage. Do you think we see the Ball Lightning, or do you think that we see Valkyrie? I'm thinking maybe Valkyrie.
And why is that?
Because, I mean, most of this team is not going to be right next to each other anyway. So I think the Valkyrie gives them the potential to pull somebody in. They also have the telekinesis.
It could be. I feel like Cassia automatically loses value against Dehaka no matter what. Granted, Dehaka was picked afterward. You know, he can burrow out of Ball. He can burrow out of the Valkyrie. It's telegraphed, you know? Like, he can... So that's minus one person. I'll say Ball.
We'll see.
I'll say Ball.
All
Because
right,
you know
you
why?
think it's Ball Lightning? I
You
think
know
it's
why,
Valkyrie.
Aaron?
Why?
Someone has to be wrong. No matter what, in any situation, somebody has to be wrong. And that's the reason I'm disagreeing. That's the only reason.
All right.
I'll say Ball.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's get started. And we've got Randy Newman on the left. Take it away, Rec.
Alrighty tighty. It's gonna be Randy Newman, guys. Your favorites, maybe. Randy Newman gonna be playing a Nubarak Randy Man on Anduin, not Randuin. Nandy Ruman on Cassia, Randy Nudeman on Alra, and Randall Newman will be playing Malthael.
All right. And for the... Actually, go ahead and you introduce. I'm putting up the poll. Guys, you can vote in chat up at the top right. There's a drop down. Select which team you think's going to win. But go ahead and introduce the right team as well there, Rec.
As well? Okay, sure. Right team is going to be BloodFin, Mrgles is Goodyear Pimp on Sylvanas, ST Terminator on Dehaka, Sonic's Bro 33 on Kael'thas, not Kael'thas, Butte Holiday on Malfurion, and Berserk on Mal'Ganis. He did take time to feed Aero. We're okay.
Oh, yeah, you love to see it. You hate when you forfeit games right at the first talent.
Yeah. Well,
JK, it would have just been a quick reformat, but still.
Yeah. Unless he did it twice, then we have a serious problem.
If you take Winged Guard twice in a row at level 1 after remaking the game, you deserve the loss.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say it.
Let's see some pyro memes, says Valira.
Pyro memes against that? I think that's... Oh, yeah.
No.
You don't take pyro. Never mind.
I don't think so. I mean, we could... No, it's definitely not going to be Salvation. There's so many ways to stop Salvation. But it could be salvation if they took Pyro. Like, that would be a way that they could negate it. You just have to be really good with the timing. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think either of those are going to be the case. But it might be the case.
It very well could be.
we could see a Power
I
Blast.
wouldn't hate it. I would be fine with that.
Goodyear Pimp with that telekinesis.
Yep. Goodyear Pimp's big chilling right now. He's fine.
Pyro to the Anub face. Don't worry about that 60 spell armor. It'll be just fine. Let's see. 71% voting in favor of the BloodFin Mrgles here, so they've got chat on their side after that strong showing in last game, ultimately finding themselves in a loss. But chat's saying, hey, you know what? We believe.
As for me and Grandpa, as for me and Aero, we believed. Because Randy Newman got run over by a reindeer.
Yikes.
I'll be quiet now.
All right, so first shrine. I had to think about what they were called here. First shrine is going to be activated. Oh, we're getting the rotation deep
it's
in.
Going to invade. All right, let me take it away. That's going to be a sauna, a big tongue on top of this Anubarak, who's actually really low. He's going to have to burrow out soon, but doesn't. Sylvanas managed to rotate up in time. Alarak not quite as fast, but actually kills Sylvanas, so it's kind of evens out there.
Yeah, not I think what Anubarak was looking for, diving in heavily like that, getting body blocked, preventing him from being able to get out.
Very well. There was a drag followed by a sleep from Mal'Ganis. It was just a series of unfortunate events.
But you know what? Great pickup from the Alarak there to be able to get that kill onto Sylvanas. Sylvanas going a little bit far in, trying to chase kills, and finding herself smack in the face of an Alarak.
Yeah, not great. Uh-oh, big sleeps, and a drag on top of Malthael? Yeah, Malthael. He dies.
They might be able to get this Mal'Ganis just barely, not quite.
They need to just back off and tap.
Yeah, really both teams are kind of in that same position, but it's going to be BloodFin getting their tap up first here. And they're, like, Alarak's doing some work here. Might be able to get Goodyear Pimp, although that Haunting Wave... The teleport was about 7 feet, but it was enough to keep Sylvanas out of danger. But 20 to 15, Rek, this is still very close.
Absolutely, it is. I don't know who's gonna get this Aero. I think BloodFin will, just because they're healing up a little faster, ever so slightly faster. And there goes Anubarak, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, they're still fairly low on their front line here, especially getting that telekinesis combo and Mal'Ganis using the Night Rush to try to slow things down with the sleeps, but he's gonna fall next, so so much for that prediction.
The poke is just too much.
Yeah, Malthael did a lot of work and then, basically just set up the kill potential there for the Alarak.
39 to 1, 31, not 1, excuse me, 31. Oh.
Rek over here having difficulties with numbers.
Listen, it's been a really... I basically worked I did 2 people's jobs all by myself, more or less.
Good job.
In an 8-hour span, so yeah.
All right, well, Kel'Thas is going to get the jump over the wall here.
Well, I mean, who else is going to do it? It's the hero we deserve.
There you go. Sleep coming out from Berserk, trying to put the pause button on this DPS here. But this Punisher is just... I mean, it's punishing Kel'Thas. It's just pounding him so hard. This looks like, if nothing else with Beetles, but certainly they still have this wave. That should be the first fort of the game. So the first kill of the game went over to BloodFin, but the first fort of the game at just over 6 minutes, going over to Randy Newman. And Rek, our level 10s are coming up soon. Are there any heroes you think will see something, maybe a little bit of a deviation on their ultimates?
Let me think about this. Mind control. Right? Eh?
I don't think we'll see mind control. We're gonna see a dead Sylvanas though.
Oh, well, that too.
Oh, big tongue onto the Alarak here. The sleep coming out and Cocoon going out onto Mal'Ganis. There's the salvation, baby!
Oh, Daddy Aero, you treat me so well.
And it is ball lightning, so there you go.
Yeah, all right.
I was less correct than you about the ball lightning.
That's right. Yeah, no, you're never wrong. Just
Right.
slightly less correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How can I forget?
Yeah.
How can I be so daft? Oh, barely missing the tongue on Randy Newman.
That feels a little bit awkward to say.
I didn't think about that. I inhaled and laughed at the same time.
Oh, okay. Just over here doing my ultimate to kill Wreck, apparently.
Yeah.
So we do actually have another ultimate here that's a little bit less often picked up, which is the Dark Conversion.
I had a feeling. I actually wanted to say that one before that team fight broke out, but I don't. Do I hate it? Eh. I think it's eh.
It's going to be tough to get a lot of value out of it, I think.
Right.
It is fairly telegraphed. They have a few stuns, so Mal'Ganis is going to have to be really careful about it. But I think the bigger challenge there is the fact that Malthael is like, oh, what's that? You're at 20% trying to cast Dark Conversion? Let me just kill you.
Hey, how do you feel about No Merc Queen? I don't know anything about Sylvanas before I go on and start making a butt of myself, but I feel like Merc Queen would be good on this map.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of mercenaries. Possession gives, you know, that extra kind of wave clear in a way, so yeah. I don't know.
It's
I
neutral.
think either one can go.
I feel neutral about it, but I feel like, I don't know. The chat, you tell me, because I don't know anything about Sylvanas, so feel free to rip me a new one.
Well, the second shrine is coming up. It's going to be Mortar.
Oops.
And once again, like, Alarak using that show of force, just stacking up his sadism. And this is very dangerous. Looking for the rotations from top into mid. Beat Holiday on the Malfurion, gonna get caught there. Goes to root in the back line, but there was a Christmas surprise in that bush.
Mm-hmm. And quite a big one, too. But, I think that BloodFin Mrgles can disengage for now. They got a decent head start on the, the shrine there, but I think their biggest wave clear is about to go down. Especially with that sleep going down a little too early there.
Alright, well, and there goes the Haunting Wave, or Haunting Wailing Arrow, there we go. So it's 17 to 14 now, but Randy Newman's going to be able to pick this up pretty quickly.
I think so, yeah.
Alright, so Gingy's saying basically 50-50, but like you oftentimes aren't pushing with the camps in the lanes. Which,
no, that's fair.
That was kind of my thinking too.
Okay.
So that's
Chill with that.
that's pretty reasonable.
I'm big chill with that.
I think the main thing that I would say about that is maybe like, you know, really early game, like 4 to 10. Maybe even as late as the second Punisher, as we have right here. You could make use of it just because you can just push in an off lane or something like that extra hard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it's just hard to say whether you get more value that way. Kael'thas once again going to get the Punisher leap. Anubarak diving in is getting just tons of damage, but the protect coming out. The sleep from Mal'Ganis interrupting it is not going to be able to get the kill onto Anubarak. And there goes that last rights, and that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he dies anyway. Goodyear pimped low too, and this Punisher might be pouncing again soon, Aero. I think he's looking pretty soon. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh, man.
He's gonna start Falcon paunching these people.
Oh, it's not looking good for the Mrgles here.
No.
That's going to give the camp rotations here available for Randy Newman. So that is now 2 forts down. 2 forts is not the end of the world. They can certainly come back from that. Let's showcase the talents here as level 16s are coming up here soon. I'm actually going to flip it over to damage stats. We'll let you guys see that stuff here. So, I mean, they can certainly come back from this. They have a Sylvanas, so even like one strong Punisher, the next one's going to be a frozen Punisher, so that even, you know, allows Sylvanas to make better use of her black arrows. You know, so they could find themselves in a really strong position here. They just need to win more of these team fights, and right now that's been a little bit of a struggle. The Alarak is just absolutely doing work.
It was fort number 3.
It also doesn't help when they have the Punisher like just
Wailing
punching
on.
yeah on the squishies, specifically on Kael'thas and Sylvanas.
Yeah.
Berserk's pretty much gonna have to use that dark conversion a lot earlier than he's gonna want to.
As soon as you hear the like you gotta pound it right there.
Well, no, I mean, you're already dead at that point.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right.
Because you're too low, he's gonna hit you, which is what just happened. You have to do it like, you can't be any higher than half health when you start that cast, and even that might be a little bit questionable, and your target has to be higher health than you, so it's like it's almost just a worthless heroic, or a counter to heroic, I should say.
I get the idea with it. Like I see what he's trying to do. You know?
Lulu, just win more team fights. Pro tips from Aero. That's true, you know? It's just like I tell my raid team, guys, as long as nobody dies, we will defeat this raid boss. And you know, every time that nobody has died, we've defeated the raid boss.
That's true. That's true. Dahaka was getting some push bottom. That's nice. It's there.
Yeah, it gets them a start on some of this this siege damage here. They do have this tower down, one tower down in the mid lane, most of the way on the second one here, a little bit of damage in the top. But there's just not much for them to do. They did catch up in the experience now, and the next Punisher is going into the top lane, so ultimately that is the strongest lane for Randy Newman. Malthael finding himself a Mal'Ganis.
Yeah.
Just kill the other team forehead. Exactly. Gingy gets it. You guys are like, everybody understands. Kill the other team, you probably win the game.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what this is, Aero? The old reverse gank.
Well, they go in looking for the Kael'thas, the cocoon onto Malfurion. Kael'thas is going to fall. The living bombs, though, spreading, but the Salvation protecting most of that damage here. Silence coming out, but Malfurion's going to be taken out. We could see another kill onto Terminator. We do. And Mrgles here in full retreat. As 19 currently for Randy Newman, but they're not far from level 20. Again, they've got beetles, so they don't even have to wait for their wave. They can take this tower. They could probably even still push on the keep as well here, especially if they've got the minion wave coming in. So 20 seconds before Dahaka. I mean, I don't know if they have enough damage on the keep to actually take it all the way down before these heroes get back.
I think so. I think they do.
They've got the catapult helping them out, so yeah, they're fine.
And beetles to add to the wave. Oh, maybe they don't.
I mean, they could have. They're all full health. They probably could have stuck it out, but I mean, I don't mind them retreating there. Like, that's the safe play, especially when you're close to level 20. You don't want to give the advantage.
You don't force a fight that you don't need to. Yeah, I know.
And here comes that frozen Punisher, and they're oh so close to level 20. They were hoping that minion wave was going to be enough, but it won't be. This minion wave, though, pretty sure it is. There it is. So level 20 is up now. This time the Punisher baited by Dahaka, using that burrow to dodge the damage and the stun. And it'll make its way to the core here. With level 20 advantage, this is a very difficult defense here. As Alarak going in, getting the telekinesis onto Kael'thas, gets that kill, and the sleep coming out, but he goes into a cocoon.
Actually, there's a bit of a counter synergy with the cocoon and the last rites, but that's okay because Dahaka dies anyway.
Yikes! GG's being called as the Punisher running away there after the Sylvanas. But everybody else is on this core, and it's falling quickly. So even with, I mean, there were 3, 4, technically 5 heroes had the capability to interrupt that salvation. And I think we saw it interrupted once, just because of the timing and positioning of everything.
Sleep, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. At Mal'Ganis, yep. But it got so much value too. Like, I think even that one like prevented huge damage. So let's I don't even know which one of these Randy Newmans is the captain. My guess would be Randy Newman, but I'm not positive of that. Rec, let's go ahead and head over to the NGS lobby to see if we can't get an interview.
Certainly. Don't rub the wood, or else you won't get a splinter view. Wait, let me try that again.
Ah, there we go. They just told me. That the right one? I was just about to message Randy Newman, and Randy Newman sent me a message saying, "Hey, Randy Newman is the person you want to send a message to." So consequently, Randy Newman is who I sent the message to.
Aero, it's been a really long day. I don't need you confusing me any further.
Take a look at the talents, put those up for everybody again. If you guys have questions for Randy Newman in chat, feel free, put them up there so that we can ask away of Randy Newman. Yeah, absolutely, Gingy. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure to cast the Mrgles. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Welcome. So, okay, so it's Randy Newman in game, and it is Randy Newman in chat as well. I was wondering if it was going to be the same name in your Discord. So, now, are you the captain of the team?
I am not the captain. I am merely a Randy.
Just a Randy. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Correct.
Well, congratulations on your victory. That was quite a set.
It was. That first game was very nerve-wracking.
I bet. So at what point, like, was there ever a point in that first game? And of course, if you missed it earlier, go back and watch it. We're talking about Towers of Doom. At what point in that game did you guys go from, well, we've just lost this game, like there's nothing we can do, but we're going to stick it out, to, okay, we've won this game? Or were you just 100% like, guys, just keep going, we just got to get to, level 13 or 16 or 20? Like,
I mean, we knew we had a late team because of Avatar and Randy on Zul'jin. So once he got stacked, we thought maybe had a chance, but it was looking quite bleak, I thought. But yeah, we said, okay, we're a late team. If we hang in there and keep it close, we might be able to do this. And we barely did.
Barely did. One single point. And I will bring up Ektar mentioned a couple of times in chat about, like, and if you watch any of my casts, you'll see me talk about this in many of them, of taking advantage of team fights and getting structure damage, especially on Towers of Doom, because those things are points, right? And there were a couple of times you guys probably could have gotten another point, maybe even 2 in some cases. Just heading over and grabbing the keep while you have the time. But that wouldn't have made it as thrilling of an ending either. So I'm cool with it. It worked out.
Yeah, we're just trying to entertain our fans, of course.
Right. So what happened with that? So I think it was the second boss. I don't think there were 3 bosses. I think there were just 2.
Ooh.
So it's at the very end of the game. You guys have 5 points. They have 3 points.
Yeah.
You sent the siege camp down in the bot lane. Clutch play means that they have to leave Leoric. You see them coming in. Anub'arak stuns No, Anubarak was the other team. ETC stuns Anubarak. And then things kind of start to look a little bit worrisome. So how did that play out for you guys? And was there any worry there? Or was it just, we got this?
That was very worrisome because we thought, okay, I think Randy was on ETC and was trying to zone for us, but then they sort of just blitzed in there, and then we had no key person on the point itself. So we didn't quite think that through, maybe, I don't know. But luckily it worked out in the end. But yeah, that was not exactly how we did that up. We thought, we'll send the Pumpkin Boys down low, and that would win it for us, so they'll have to defend that, and then we should have numbers at the boss, then win that way. Which, in principle, seemed like a good idea. In practice, it didn't quite work the way we intended.
It didn't, but ultimately you guys got the kills out of it, right? They committed so heavily onto that point that you just said, hey, here, that's fine, let me Zul'jin cleave you to death.
Exactly, yeah. And we did know we could afford to lose it because we had 5 points, so we didn't want to int over it. But yeah, we certainly planned on winning the game right there.
Right. And to be fair, I mean, it was clutch. I mean, it looked like you guys should have been able to do it there, but you know, well played by them to get those points.
They played a very good game. Yeah,
absolutely. So last thing on Towers of Doom. You guys cloned ETC a lot, sometimes unnecessarily.
One time was definitely a mistake by Randy.
I think we know it was like bot lane and like nobody was around at all.
Yeah, but I was like, well, I guess I'll take the shots here mid, and I think we did get mid down, so it sort of wasn't a total waste, even though I definitely did not mean to do that.
So, like, tell us a little bit about what the mindset was there, because obviously Zul'jin was your primary damage in that. So, you know, picking up the ETC, what are you going for with that?
Just trying to stun people and sort of displace them so that Zul'jin could just go to town, and then as soon as they burned ETC, I just jump back on Zul'jin to give him that attack speed. And luckily, once he got stacked, him with a hat was disgusting. So that worked out pretty well.
Rek, do you have any questions about game number 1?
Game number 1? You kind of asked my question.
Sorry.
More or less. There was the very first one, so I'll think of something for number 2.
Okay, sounds good. So then we get into game number 2, which had such wonderful lines as he missed the tongue on Randy Newman. And what did you say? I said something about you know, from the bush, and then Rex says something about, oh, that was a big one. Like, there's some great one-liners here that were 100% unintentional.
Okay, I'll have to watch the VOD to see that.
Yeah, so enjoy the VOD for that. So they banned out. They changed the bans up a little bit for this one. They let through the Alarak. Ultimately, Malthael wasn't banned because of because he was in the third ban in the first game, but you guys picked him up earlier.
Right.
And it seemed to work out really well for you. So, like, what? I guess, you know, were you guys originally kind of planning for the Alarak, or were you just thinking that, hey, you know what, we're never going to get it, and then we're just shocked by that?
Yeah, we sort of remembered that they banned Alarak the first game, and so Randy's quite good on Alarak, so we thought, well, we better take him first if they let him through this time. And I would say he punished him for letting him through, so yeah, he did a very nice job on Alarak. We were maybe a little surprised with the Lucio ban again, but I don't know. I was happy to get to play Anduin the second game, so I think that was effective anyway. I don't know, the ban thing was kind of odd. We're terrified of their Jaina, and the Joanna was also disturbingly scary on that map especially. So that's our usual ban, it seems, so far, is the Joanna. But yeah, we like Alarak. He stacks pretty well. Forget what ended up happening with the third ban. Who did they ban?
ETC.
Oh, ETC, right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, Randy was a little rusty on Anubarak, but he figured it out, so that was good. Yeah, like so many of the healers and tanks were banned out that we were kind of scrambling a little bit, but we got something that worked to sort of help
Sure.
Alarak set up his combos. It seemed to work pretty well.
Well, I think that Rex got a. If he doesn't, I'll prod him on a question here in a moment.
Okay.
But there was a question from chat. M Quizzle says, "I have a question for Randy. Has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go? Want to do look more like?"
Am I having a stroke right now?
I assumed it was an inside joke, so
Maybe he's had too much Mountain Dew game fuel. Not sure.
there you go, baby. Rick.
Yes.
Rick, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. So what was I'm a big fan of the big nope ults. Huge fan of those.
Okay.
So what was the idea behind?
Tell them what you mean by that.
Okay, the big denial ones, namely salvation, right?
Ah.
So what was the idea behind using that as opposed to light bomb, which we see so often?
Frankly, it was kind of a panic pick because we got 10 just a little before they invade, or we were trying to invade a camp, I believe, and we hit
Yes.
10 just a second before. And I just thought we're going to fight over this point, and I don't know what's going to happen. So I just grabbed protected. I didn't know if Kael'thas was going to take Pyroblast or something, and I just hate that feeling of like knowing you're going to die and there's nothing you can do about it. So I picked that one. Yeah, in the past we like light bomb a lot. If we set that up, that's pretty effective too. But yeah, I just like normally we'd ask like, okay, what do we think? Which one? But here it was like the fight, and then so I just grabbed it and
No, I've
seemed
done
pretty
that.
effective.
I've done that. I've grabbed like tranquility.
Yeah,
I was, like for similar reasons. Like, oh, I don't know if we're going to sustain for
yeah,
similar reasons. So yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad heroic at all. I would say light bomb is generally more versatile, but
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea of trying to go salvation at all. So I'm not going to be angry.
okay.
Well, not only that, but they all got extreme value too. Like there was one that got maybe half of what it could have gotten, but
Yeah.
there was one up in the top lane that you were just
Oh
like,
God.
oh look, our entire team has living bombs.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. I was just praying I got it off in time because there were 3 people all standing on top of each other with the bomb. I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah. Oh, and they have interrupts. Okay, just wait them out at forehead, right?
Yeah, that one was scary. We definitely were worried about Kael'thas, but it worked out okay. We were good about saying, I've got the bomb, and moving, which is good. So we're turning a corner there.
For sure. Rick, anything else?
No. Well, I actually do have one game one question. Just
Okay.
why no flight?
Oh,
What?
he
Why
wasn't
no-
he wasn't the Oriole player. That was the
Oh,
Alarak player.
that's right. Okay. Well, even so, why no flight?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was actually surprised that you guys didn't take the resurrection upgrade and instead going for the
Oh,
shield hope.
yeah.
No, I think the shield is fine in that scenario.
Yeah.
Obviously
Yeah,
it worked out, so
Yeah.
we're not complaining.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
One other question for you, then we'll go ahead and get to my last question, and then
Okay.
the shout outs here. So Berserk on Mal'Ganis there took Dark Conversion, which
Ooh, okay.
yeah. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, oh he is so just dead every time. So Randall Newman, did he exclaim like a girl on like a 6-year-old girl on Christmas when he saw that? Because that's kind of how I felt.
I don't know that we made note of it, actually, so
Well, I
don't
assure
know.
you that Malthael knew because
Okay.
Berserk did pop that Dark
Okay.
Conversion one time. He was probably very close to OK as well because he was
Okay.
sitting at about 35-ish%. Got a
Okay.
full Dark Conversion and then just died from last rites.
Oh man, okay, that's good to know. Like I said, I missed a lot of the stuff in the the off lane because I was just trying to keep people alive. So it's always interesting to watch the VODs at the end to see all the stuff that I missed. As you guys always do a good job of covering all the action,
Sure,
much
well,
better
most
than I
of it.
do in the game.
Most of the action, yeah. We miss a couple things. But
Yeah.
I was, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, Berserk's just screwed. And you feel bad because then your heroic is like,
Ooh,
it's not
yeah.
0 value, but it almost puts you in danger.
yeah, that feels bad. Yeah.
All right, last question of the night.
Okay.
And you can pick any moment, but what moment from tonight's game, from tonight's matchup, particularly stood out to you as like, and there are quite a few of them, but particularly stood out to you as like a memorable highlight moment? It can be something you did, something your team did, or something the opposing team did, but something that really stood out to you.
No, it's got to be in the first game. That first game was just so close that there was a fight when we started to get it close to even again, where I think we actually thought we had a chance when we sort of wiped them at, I don't know, 14-6 or something like that, that we felt like we had to play the absolute perfect game, you know, for like 10 minutes to have a chance in that one. And when we took that fight and won pretty handily, it was like, we might actually be able to do this here, guys. I can't remember. I have to watch, see what time that was, but there is a few where Zul'jin was just going off people, and Randy is good at Zul'jin, so that was probably the most memorable. The other one that comes to mind is that boss fight where we lost but killed everyone. That one, when it's sitting there at 5 and hand over 4 points like that, it was a little after we'd come back from, I don't know, 32 to 12 or something.
10 to 36.
10 to oh boy, so it was even worse than I thought.
By the way, going into a triple altar phase that they had 5 towers up. They could have potentially ended the game there. You guys got that bottom tower, and then
that was big.
ETC picked up the bot lane. You guys picked up your side. There was a bit of a fight over that. You actually won that fight, and that's when it began. You guys got a couple kills out of that, and that was the start of the big comeback.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we had the globals with Avather and Randy on ETC, and Zul'jin, as he got stacked, so formidable that he was, able to stall and decimate while the rest of us were able to get some of those and then relocate. So that was good.
Well, good deal. Well, let's wrap this up. Any shout outs that you'd like to make?
Oh, we got a shout out to you, of course, and everybody at NGS. It's been a lot of fun playing all these games, and our opponents. That first game is one of the most fun and exciting ones I've played. So that was incredible. We got to thank to Mountain Dew Game Fuel, of course, and all the Randys on our team and all the fan Randys out there. There's lots of Randys in the wings in case one of us can't make it.
Fair enough. All good?
But yeah, thank you very much for casting. I'm looking forward to watching the VODs. It's always fun to watch you guys in action.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us here. Really appreciate you stopping by, and again, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. It was a fun one.
Good deal.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right, Rec, I'm going to go ahead and call you on Discord.
Okay.
Call.
Guess who's back, and guess who is handsome? It's me.
It's Recyclic. It's your boy.
I did get a haircut, so.
Oh, you got your haircut just for the cast tonight?
Just
That's
for
so
the
nice
cast.
of you.
I did, See?
Very nice, Rec. It looks very nice.
Thank you.
Well, Rec, that's it for us tonight. We're all set. That was a 2-0 victory. Randy Newman over BloodFin Mrgles here in Division D West. And Randy Newman will now, with those points, overtake BloodFin Mrgles as the number 1 in D West.
Gasp.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah. So, with that said, anything you want to say to Twitchland before we take off?
I love you. And I hope that you had the best Boxing Day ever. Make sure you get that box. I don't... I love you.
I just wanted to see how long I could keep that awkward silence going. It wasn't very long.
No.
All right, well, Recyclic, if anybody's looking for to catch some occasional streaming or some Twitter following, you can certainly catch Recyclic at Recyclic. You can go check out my Twitter, although there's never anything there, but at Warrior Aero. Obviously, Aero of the Storm here. Make sure that you check the calendar for matches here. The next few matches coming up are on Sunday. I'm not going to tell you what they all are. You can just look at the calendar there. But thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. you know, yesterday we had the holiday streams with the replay cast. Today we had the only weekday game this week. So really glad that we could get a game in, a live match here, and that you guys could join us. So it looks like Alicia Wins is still streaming. So I'm gonna go ahead and send everybody over to her. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys again soon.